Now on WRDE Coast TV.
It's a clear and mild start to our Wednesday with another hot July day on the way. We also have some thunderstorms in the forecast later in the week into the weekend. I'll track the heat and storms coming up.
A slow start to the summer season in Rehoboth Beach. Why some business owners are worried it's making a dent in their sales.
Stalled gas power ban. The restrictive proposal on law equipment in Rehoboth Beach fails to gain traction.
A battle over property value. The effort in West Rehoboth Beach to keep homes affordable as value increases.
Restaurant relief. The assistance to eateries dealing with financial struggles from a statewide organization in Delaware.
From the beaches to the bay, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News Today. Your morning news starts right now.
Good morning. It is Wednesday, July 12th, 2023. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning. I'm Paige Marley.
And thank you for being up with us during this 5 o'clock hour. A comfortable start to the morning, Paige. It might not be that way as that sun comes up, but right now it was nice getting out there.
I remember thinking while I was walking to my car, this would be a great morning for a walk if it wasn't 3 a.m., you know?
When the
sun's out. But yeah, when the sun's out, probably getting a little hotter. So we'll send it over to First Alert Meteorologist Bob Trihe. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Paige and Matt. We are seeing a gorgeous start to our day. Always nice to see 60s to start the day in July and a beautiful crescent moon out there in the eastern sky right now. 72 in Georgetown, Millsboro 72. We've got 68 in Seaford, 67 in Delmar, 70 in Milton right now. And the winds are coming in out of the west. Eventually they will shift to the southwest as we're looking at mostly clear skies, just a few clouds as we still have high pressure in control just to our west as we go through time on Futurecast. Here's mid-morning warming into the 80s across much of the area, even the coastal areas. By noon, we crank up that thermostat a couple degrees into the low 90s, 80s along the beaches, topping out somewhere in the low to mid 90s inland, and just a tad cooler at the beaches, maybe a few clouds into the afternoon and a beautiful evening on the way. Make sure you have the sunscreen and stay hydrated, and we've got more heat to come and storms in the forecast as well. Details coming up.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. Well, it may not feel like it this week, but overall, some cooler weather and lingering smoke. It's led to a slow start to the season in many coastal communities across Delaware.
Yeah, and Maryland too, and business owners in Rehoboth Beach specifically say it's taken a hit in sales compared to last year. Coast TV news reporter Heidi Kirk's in the newsroom. And Heidi, most business owners rely on their summertime sales to survive.
Good morning, Matt and Paige and Bob. At Ghoulies Grill, they make the bulk of their sales between June and August. But this year, that's simply not the case. And owner George Stakias says business is down across the board. He's been grilling bacon and flipping pancakes at his grill at the corner of Wilmington and First Street for 10 years now. And before that, he had a shop in Ocean City. He knows the traffic and parking trends just about better than anyone. And 4th of July just didn't bring the normal surge that he experiences. Stakias says this year he noticed business is down about 20% from last year. And people like him rely on the summertime sales to carry him through the rest of the year. But this year he's simply starting to worry. I sat down with Stakias yesterday. He cooked me a pancake and a breakfast sandwich, and we talked a little more about this, and you'll hear from him later on. Matt, Paige?
Heidi, now we're hungry.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Right. But also, you spoke with the Chamber of Commerce. It's data also reflecting this theory.
Absolutely. The chamber said that this is absolutely right. Short-term rentals and hotel bookings are down across the board. And it's not just Delaware. They said these are trends that they're seeing nationwide, especially along the coastal communities. So it isn't just Stakias. It's a real trend. It's really happening, and it's hitting Rehoboth Beach hard. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Heidi. Moving on, 5 people were arrested in Ocean City, 3 of them under the age of 18. All are facing gun-related charges. Now, according to Ocean City Police, around 11:09 p.m. on Monday night, officers tried to stop a car driving without headlights. This was near 17th Street and Baltimore Avenue. A high-speed chase began, and despite a tire being deflated from stop sticks, police say the vehicle got away. One of the passengers threw a bag over the Route 90 bridge, which later was found and revealed to have a handgun in it. And later that night, officers found the car outside a gas station in Berlin, where they arrested the driver, 19-year-old Ibrahim Canoe of Woodbridge, Virginia, who's also dealing with over 35 traffic citations related to the chase, in addition to the gun charges.
The Worcester Board of Education voted yesterday to enroll 9 schools in the county into the Community Eligibility Provision Program. That program provides free meals to all students who attend. So here's a list of schools that will be impacted: Pocomoke Elementary, Middle, and High Schools, Snow Hill Elementary, Middle, and High Schools, Cedar Chapel Special School, Buckingham Elementary School, and Berlin Intermediate School. The goal of the program is to make sure all kids in low-income areas have access to nutritious meals, all while removing any perceived stigma that might go along with any sort of application process. The vote to enroll these 9 schools was unanimous by the board. Support for the restaurant workforce. The Delaware Restaurant Foundation has put together financial assistance for those in need. That money would help people hit by unexpected injuries, illnesses, or those impacted by natural disasters. The Delaware Restaurant Foundation initially created a fund and doled out money to workers during the pandemic. The new Industry Relief Fund builds on that. The DRF has raised $300,000 and has already helped hundreds of industry workers.
In an area where property values continue to rise, there is the effort to help those with low-income homes. The West Rehoboth Community Land Trust is seeking $5,000 from Sussex County Council for the home's upkeep. Now, as we move along, West Rehoboth Beach is historically an African-American community. Neighbors said the property values are getting too expensive and people are being forced out of a neighborhood they've lived for years. The Land Trust says the money will help maintain windows and sewer lines, and affordable housing options are needed now more than ever.
People call up and say, hey, I'm looking for housing, or I'm looking, somewhere I need to get out of the elements, and sometimes we'll pay for a motel room for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So it's a tough situation.
And the Land Trust did say they are hoping to open another house there sometime in the future.
The proposal of banning gas-powered tools in Rehoboth Beach is staying just that, a proposal. City commissioners could not agree on how to handle the ban, and it will not be moving forward for now. Tools like gas-powered lawnmowers, weed whackers, and leaf blowers would have been banned in a phased approach due to environmental concerns and some noise complaints. The proposal is expected to be discussed by the Environmental Committee next Thursday.
I certainly would have liked to see further discussion so we could receive more input from our constituents, but I understand where some of the commissioners are coming from.
And other coastal towns like Lewis have also explored a gas-powered tool ban. Their ban is expected to go into effect in December 2025. The Justice Department is asking the Federal Appeals Court to block an upcoming deposition of former President Donald Trump. That's according to a new court filing Tuesday. The depositions on the 2019 lawsuit brought on by former FBI agent Peter Strzok. Strzok alleges Trump's political vendetta against him made the FBI fire him unjustly. The DOJ says Trump's under oath testimony isn't needed because FBI Director Chris Wray, as well as others, have testified about the decision to fire Strzok. Now, the unusual move is an attempt by the federal agency to correct what it believes was a mistake by a lower court judge. The judge ruled that Trump could be deposed by Strzok's legal team.
Pathway to NATO membership is on the agenda when President Biden meets with Ukrainian President Zelensky today.
It's the first meeting since NATO announced it will extend an invitation once it meets certain requirements. NBC's Alice Barr shows us what could come next.
Day 2 of the NATO summit in Lithuania, setting up a critical meeting between President Biden and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky as the war-torn country's leader presses for a clear timeline for joining the powerful security alliance.
We'll speak today and fight for its security guarantees for Ukraine on the way to NATO.
President Biden has repeatedly resisted Ukraine joining while the war is ongoing to avoid pitching all of NATO into armed conflict with Russia. The NATO Secretary General offering this guidance.
We will issue an invitation for Ukraine to join NATO when allies agree and conditions are met.
Not concrete enough for President Zelensky, who criticized the alliance on Twitter, writing, quote, "Uncertainty is weakness." Analysts point to the central dilemma.
If you say you join after the war, you're giving Russia an excuse to continue the war for as long as it possibly can.
There is division over a controversial U.S. decision to provide Ukraine with cluster bombs, banned in more than 2/3 of NATO countries because of a history of increased civilian casualties. The U.S. calling it a temporary stopgap while allies restock other rapidly depleting munitions.
If we didn't do it, if we don't do it, then they will run out of ammunition. If they run out of ammunition, they will be defenseless.
A delicate balance to defend Ukraine without yet offering the full protection and pitfalls of NATO membership. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Allies at the summit are promising to step up support for Ukraine in its fight, and President Biden will deliver a speech later today focused on that commitment.
We still have a lot more news to get to this morning on Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, Paige, coming up, a fire rips through a Virginia Beach oceanfront. The large effort it took to get that fire under control.
Also, over 30 cats were rescued in Millsboro earlier this week. The cat sanctuary now seeking help from the public.
And a judge making a ruling in the Microsoft Activation merger, what the gaming industry should expect now. And more to come when Coast TV News Today continues.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, join Preston's annual car show, featuring loads of family fun and discover unique finds at the 48th annual Lewis Craft Show. Plus, the inspiring story of community support. Coast Life today at 4 on Coast TV.
Performing out of space?
Yes, next July.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh, I can't change these plans.
Life's Energy Wellness Center is an outpatient mental health and wellness clinic serving Maryland's Eastern Shore in a calming and insightful environment. We provide psychiatry, counseling, outpatient treatment for children, adults, and families. We all know everyday life has its challenges, but our friendly clinicians are here to help you develop new relationships and restore connections, perspectives, and skills for overall wellness. Come to one of our 3 locations or the option of telehealth to start your journey to wellness today.
Virginia is for road trippers, are we there yetters, mountain hikers, and dock sitters, because they're not active hikers, people who are kayakers, people who are not kayakers, campsite campers, and horseback riders. Wow, there's a lot to fit in here. Flatwater lovers, beach suntanners, hole in earth explorers, and Shenandoah Valleyers. Oh, and look at these brave souls. No way, that is not for me. So I guess what I'm saying is, Virginia's for all sorts of lovers. So come love it for yourself.
Middays with me, April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through your workday.
She can play your favorite song.
She can help you find your furry friend.
The easiest way to get through your workday is with April.
She really makes you feel special.
Hey friends, hang out with me weekdays here on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 each day from 10 to 3.
It is 5:13 on this gorgeous start to our Tuesday. We're looking at our Tyndall's Furniture Cam, and 68 in Laurel right now, looking at mostly sunny skies and temperatures in the 60s and 70s across the board. 67 in Redden, Delmar 66, Selbyville at 70 degrees as we're looking at mostly clear skies right now, and we're looking at dry conditions all across the Mid-Atlantic region with high pressure. So that means good weather to drive to and from work. We've got the green light, mostly clear and mild early on and mostly sunny and hot. Make sure you have that AC tuned up this afternoon. Highs in the 90s.
2 Georgetown intersections will be stopping traffic in all directions soon. DelDOT says work is underway. It started yesterday to convert Peppers Corner Road, Powell Farm Road, and Roxana Road to an all-way stop. And we've got a map to show you on your screen the intersection that's being changed to the all-way stop. It's supposed to go into effect later today. DelDOT says construction will get underway around 9 a.m. at Gum Road and Roxana Road, and work is expected to wrap up by 3 p.m. Delaware State Police says drivers can help prevent crime trends this summer. Troopers say lock your car doors no matter where it's parked, and lock the glove box too. Close your car windows. Don't leave valuable electronics, tools, or even clutter in the car for others to see. Don't store spare keys or house keys in the vehicle, and park in well-lit areas.
Microsoft could finalize a deal with video game giant Activision Blizzard in the next few days. A federal judge's ruling paves the way for the $69 billion deal. This comes just ahead of the July 18th contractual deadline. The Federal Trade Commission is challenging the deal and had requested an injunction. It argues Microsoft could withhold popular titles like Call of Duty from rival platforms like Sony PlayStation. A district court judge in Northern California says the government has not shown that outcome is likely. It's unclear if the FTC will continue its in-house challenge given the ruling. Google faces a potential class action lawsuit for allegedly scraping personal data from millions of users without their permission. It's from the Clarkson law firm, which filed a similar suit against ChatGPT maker OpenAI last month. Court documents filed in California named Google, its parent company Alphabet, and its AI subsidiary DeepMind. The lawsuit points to the tech giant's privacy policy that says it can use publicly accessible information to train its AI models. That legal action comes as a new crop of such tools like Google's Bard are gaining more and more attention in the U.S.
Still ahead, deforestation resulted in over 30 cats rescued. How the cat sanctuary says these felines are still in need.
And we're taking a look at our Gateway Super Cam. A nice start to the day on the coast, and it's going to be a gorgeous day across Delmarva as the July heat is locked in across Delmarva. We have some rain and storm chances end of the week into the weekend. I'll track the heat and storms coming up.
Get in gear with Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
It's Free Truck Fridays, your ticket to a new 2023 Ford Ranger thanks to Pohanka Ford of Salisbury. Stay tuned to Big D and Bubba all week as they reveal the Free Truck Friday song.
Then listen to April and me to play the song. Be caller 10 and you might be parking a new 2023 Ford Ranger in your driveway.
Drive over to coastcountry.com for all the details.
Coast Country's Free Truck Fridays with Pohanka Ford of Salisbury,
where your drive to work
could upgrade your ride home.
Calling all local businesses. This fall, it's time to shine at Draper Media's Shore Living Expo, a free event for visitors. Join us Saturday, September 30th at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center, presented by Spicer Brothers and Pohanka of Salisbury. Extend your reach, showcase your products, and build relationships that matter. The Shore Living Expo, where you can shine as we celebrate health, wealth, and home. Sign up to be a vendor today. Visit WBOCevents.com.
Performing outer space?
Yes, next July.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh, I can't change these plans.
We're stealing in the sun next summer. Heist of a lifetime.
The Olympics.
Come on, you in?
Roman Reigns will defend his title against anyone, anytime.
Except next July.
Experience the thrill of the race with Post Time with Heather Vitale, only on the Delmarva Sports Network. From the energetic sprints at Ocean Downs to the hard racing action at Bally's Dover, all the way to the vibrant atmosphere of Harrington Raceway, we bring you the true pulse of harness racing. Sunday mornings at 8 and 11:30 on DSN, DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com, or on the DSN app. Post Time on Delmarva Sports Network. The Today Show, weekdays at 7 on WRDE.
It is 5:18 this morning. That's a live look there at Ocean City on our Hershey Exteriors cam. Kind of gloomy-ish out there, still a little gray.
Need the sun to come up to lighten things up. And once that happens, Paige, it's going to get hot.
Yes.
In a moment, Paige, it won't be look at all those chickens. Bob's going to show us his graphic. It's going to be look at all those 90s.
Look at all those 90s.
Yeah, I guess maybe, we've got the Powerball numbers, and we've also got the 90-degree numbers, guys, as it is very, very hot out there. Or not now, but it will be later on. Make sure you scan the QR code to get you to the WRDE weather app as our 90-degree day counter continues to tick up. We're up to 13 90-degree days now as we added one from yesterday. and the average is 11. So we've already eclipsed that, and we are going to continue to add to that for the next several days to come. Right now, starting out, not too bad, 60s and 70s. Del Mar 66, Seaford 68, Millsboro and Bethany Beach at 72. Selbyville, good morning to you. You're waking up to 70 degrees. Winds are light out of the west right now. Eventually, they do shift to the southwest as we're looking at mostly clear skies right now. That goes for all of Delmarva up to New York into the mid-Atlantic. We've got high pressure just to our west, and that extends into the Tennessee Valley. So we've got another nice day on the way. Here's Futurecast as we go through the morning. Look at this, 11:30 already, lower 90s. Ellendale down to Selbyville with 70s and 80s along the beaches. And by this afternoon, we're topping out into the mid-90s. Humidity still held in check and 80s at the beaches. Overnight into Thursday morning, maybe a few clouds and another hot day for your Thursday. Here's noon, mid-90s. Yeah, it's going to be a hot one and more humid as well. Then into the afternoon, possibly some upper 90s. Then our focus shifts to Friday morning. We could see some showers and storms as early as 2 a.m. Maybe some heavier rain with those as they move through Friday morning. We get a break during the course of the morning, and then with the heating in the afternoon, maybe a few more showers and storms. As the winds are west this morning, and then they're going to shift to the south and start to pick up as we go into Thursday and on into Friday as well, and they start to get gusty, and they'll start bringing in that humidity as well. Here's our muggy meter. It's one last comfy day today. Then we're into the muggy range tomorrow, and then into that very humid to miserable range end of the week into the weekend. So the feels like temperature into the low 90s as we go into this afternoon, and then going into your Thursday, middle 90s, maybe feeling like upper 90s with the humidity, and then pretty much the same heading on into your Friday. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 90s throughout, 93 today. More clouds on Thursday, 94. Then maybe some heavier rain with storms on Friday, 90 degrees there. Less chance of storms on Saturday, 90, 91 on Sunday with storms. We get a break Monday, but more storms heading into Tuesday, and it stays hot. We have an umbrella giveaway winner. It is Clarence Bauman from Lewis. Congratulations to Clarence on his brand new umbrella, courtesy of Coast TV and Paul Davis.
And don't forget, you can hear Coast TV news and weather updates throughout the day on our radio stations. Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3, on 93.5 The Beach, and on Big 107.7.
Well, this property next to BJ's in Millsboro, it's undergoing deforesting. This is to make way for development. However, it's in these woods where a colony of over 30 cats have been found by community members for the last 4 years. The sanctuary Towns Cat Incorporated is working to get the felines trapped and in new homes before construction scares them away or even kills them. But the organization says they simply need more time to do this.
The bulldozing is just, it's not the greatest condition. We don't want to work under pressure. So if we can get a little bit of cooperation and communication between the rescues and the property development, it would be wonderful.
We did reach out to the property owner for comment, but have not heard back. Town cats do not have enough room at their sanctuary for the cats on site. They ask if anyone is able to help home these cats until a permanent home is found to reach out to them.
For the first time in 70 years, the CDC is proposing new restrictions on how dogs are imported into the U.S. This proposal comes after a surge of rabies cases overseas. Dogs from low-risk or rabies-free countries would be allowed to enter if the owners have documents that animals have been there past 6 months. But canines coming from high-risk countries would be required to have a complete rabies vaccination and possibly be placed in quarantine. Some animal rights advocates criticize the proposal, saying it would complicate their work with dog rescue groups outside the U.S. But the CDC says the proposed regulations are critical to avoid a re-emergence of rabies in the U.S.
After the break, fire rips through an ocean front. The damage done by a Tuesday night fire in Virginia Beach. Stay tuned on Coast TV News today.
Welcome the new season with a deep cleaning by Stanley Steamer. Our certified technicians will renew your carpets, air ducts, upholstery, tile floors, and more, clearing away the dust and debris. We clean using powerful proprietary equipment and family-safe cleaning solutions to leave your space looking and feeling fresh. Call or go online to schedule your professional cleaning with Stanley Steamer today.
Download the free WRDE weather app built by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Enjoy some family time with America's pastime at the Delmarva Shorebirds. When you're here, everything inside is fair ball. Your favorite treats, craft beers, fireworks every Saturday, and the best giveaways ever. Tickets start at just $12 to watch the O's Stars of Tomorrow on Delmarva today. Save time. Buy tickets online at theshorebirds.com.
Since 1916, Gravely has been designed, engineered, and made right here in the USA. Whether you prefer gas or electric, every Gravely has been forged with the commercial landscaper in mind. So they're not only built to last, but to also keep you riding comfortably from dawn to dusk. So ask yourself, are you ready to graduate to a Gravely? Visit your local Gravely dealer today.
Stop into Armigers and take a look at the full lineup of zero-turn mowers in Laurel and Dover.
First Alert Weather is our promise to be the first to tell you when big changes are coming in your weather forecast.
Whether it's day-to-day weather that changes your plans,
or severe weather that could change your life.
The First Alert Weather team will call for First Alert Weather Days.
Here on TV and all of your devices.
It's our commitment to give you the most accurate forecast.
The WRDE First Alert Weather team. That's our promise to you.
It's baseball season, and the Delmarva Shorebirds is your home for fun. Join 93.5 The Beach for Thirsty Thursdays every week. Plus, don't miss special 102.5 WBOC Maryland Pride Thursdays presented by Spicer Brothers. And don't miss Big Beer Fridays with Big Classic Rock 107.7. It's a summer of fun. Let's play ball.
3 businesses are a complete loss following a 3-alarm fire at Virginia Beach's oceanfront on Tuesday. The blaze injured a firefighter and damaged nearly half a city block as it sent smoke billowing through a large part of the resort area. More than 75 Virginia Beach firefighters responded to the scene. 2 ladder trucks drenched a 1-story building where a T-shirt factory and 2 other businesses were located. Several roads were blocked off as crews responded to the fire. Crews were able to put the fire out shortly before 11 p.m. just a few hours ago.
Ooh, that is incredible video.
Yeah, well, speaking of the beaches today, Paige, I think we're ready for another sunny, hot one. So I think the beach would be a popular place to be.
Yeah, what do you think, Bob?
I think for sure. You'll definitely need the water to stay hydrated, sunscreen, and some slippers or shoes to stay cool. Keep your feet cooler on the hot sand. Chincoteague today into the 80s. We've got middle 80s for Assateague. The rip current threat is low. The UV index is high. Waves around 1 to 2 feet. Fenwick Island, you're topping out into the mid to upper 80s later on, with Ocean City into the mid 80s, a typical cool spot. So not cool today along the beaches and even warmer inland. We've got more 90s on the way with showers and storms in the forecast. More to come coming up.
All right, coming up this morning, support on the way for a restaurant workforce. New grants rolled out by the Delaware Restaurant Foundation.
And the nation's summer capital reporting business is down compared to last year. My owners in the city are anxious for what the rest of the summer has to bring. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Coast TV News Today.
At the Preston Automotive Group, we believe a coach can have an important impact on their players' lives. And that's why we teamed up with DSN to present the Coach Who Makes a Difference Award.
Coach in your community, Preston Automotive here will donate $500 to that community.
At the end of this year, we will choose 3 of these coaches and award their programs with additional donation.
If you want to nominate your coach, just go to DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com and click on the Features tab.
Delmarva Sports Network and the Preston Automotive Group, together highlighting coaches who make a difference in our community.
Living a good life means being healthy. But what does it mean to be healthy and stay healthy? It means getting the right kind of care. Right here. And convenient. It means having the right hospital to coordinate the delivery of health care for the entire community. Atlantic General Hospital. We'll put you on the right path to good health. And keep you there.
The men and women working hard to make sure the games are fair. The unsung heroes of all sports. Thank you to all of the officials on Delmarva. Thank you for your positive impact on young athletes. Your service does not go unnoticed. If you're interested in becoming a sports official on Delmarva, Go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com/officials for more information.
Delmarva's rock station for 35 years. 93.5, The Beach.
From the beaches to the bay, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News Today. Your morning news starts right now.
July 12th, 2023. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning. I'm Paige Marley.
It's 5:30 a.m. on what looks like another heater for this Wednesday.
No complaints over here, although I might not be popular in that opinion.
Ooh.
You think? Think people are excited for 90s?
It's summer. I'm rolling with it. I'm good with it.
That's what we like to hear.
Glass half full.
Optimism. Yes, definitely. Let's send it over to First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahey. Now, Bob, what do you think? 80s, 90s? What do you like?
I like anything in that range as long as the humidity is low. As the humidity is low, like yesterday, we were just perfect. But today it creeps up a little bit, but it's still in the tolerable range as we're waking up to temperatures in the 60s and 70s, 72 in Georgetown and Millsboro, Milton and Lewis at 71. The winds are light or calm coming out of the west as we're looking at mostly clear skies this morning. And we're also clear back into Virginia where our weather is coming from as we have high pressure in place. And with that high, it's going to get hot. We're looking at temperatures quickly warming through the 80s into the low 90s by this afternoon. Inland 70s and 80s along the beaches and middle 90s as we go into the afternoon. A little cooler for you along the beaches. Don't need the rain gear today, but you need the light colored clothes. You need the water to stay hydrated, take frequent breaks, and sunglasses and sunscreen definitely a must on this hot day.
All right, Bob, thank you. It's been a slower than normal start to the season in Rehoboth Beach this year for local business owners.
Yeah, Paige, and it's with colder weather and lingering smoke. Many are worrying that the trends aren't improving.
Coast TV News reporter Heidi Kirk is live right now in our studio. Heidi, many business owners rely on sales June through August to get them through the rest of the year.
Good morning, Matt and Paige. Ghoulies Grill is normally the busiest, like you said, between June and August, but this year that simply isn't the case. Owner George Stakias says business is way down this year. He's been grilling bacon and flipping pancakes all the way at the corner of Wilmington and First Street for 10 years now, and before that he had a location in Ocean City. He knows the traffic and parking trends just about better than anyone. And 4th of July just didn't bring the normal surge that he's seen every year. Stakias says this year he noticed business is about 20% down from last year. People like him rely on the summertime sales to carry him through the rest of the year, but this time he's starting to worry.
You only have a set window to get what you need done, and then you coast in the off season. And already it's July 10th. We're in the second week of July. Boom, in a month, school's open, and the season's kind of technically over once schools start opening.
Stakias is not the only one who's noticed these trends. In fact, I spoke with the Chamber of Commerce and they provided me some numbers of hotel bookings and short-term rentals, and this year is way down from last year. Paige, Matt?
Now, HDK, we touched on a few reasons for this, why this is happening. The Chamber, they have a different theory.
Absolutely. Well, what we talked about is weather. Of course, it's been kind of gloomy out. As we know, Bob's been keeping us updated on that. It's also been smoky out. I've been out there many times covering the smoke that's headed over from the Canada fires. But what the Chamber brought up is that the economy is just prone to this right now. In fact, many other coastal communities outside of Rehoboth Beach are experiencing similar trends, and people just aren't shopping as much and going out to eat as much as they did after the post-COVID surge. Matt, Paige?
Heidi, thank you so much. Well, 1 year ago this week, 14-year-old Gavin Knupp was killed in a hit-and-run accident in Ocean City. The community gathered to honor him yesterday by paddling out into the ocean together.
Yeah, and Coast TV's Britt Leone takes us to Ocean City to hear from those who knew and loved him most.
The crash of a wave. It was a sound familiar to 14-year-old Gavin Knupp. Gavin was killed in a tragic hit-and-run accident 1 year ago today. His mom, Tiffany, remembers all the things that mattered most to her son.
Pretty much his day consisted of surfing and skating and fishing. So he lived on the beach, and this was, his life. This is his friends. This is what they did all the time.
On Tuesday, the anniversary of Gavin's death, family and friends celebrated his life with a paddle out into the ocean in Ocean City.
I want to learn how to surf just like him.
A year after Gavin was taken, his memory still inspires, and that support for the Knupp family is still strong.
And it's just an amazing feeling to see all these younger kids, older folks coming together for a great reason. Gavin and loving Gavin and knowing that he's up there and in the water with us every day.
Everyone loves and misses him more than you could begin to imagine.
While it was a difficult day for those who knew and loved Gavin, Tiffany feels in her heart that Gavin is with them.
I know he's looking down on us today and super proud of it, and it felt good to get everybody together.
Gavin's grandmother didn't want to get on camera today to comment, but she was kind enough to give me this Do It For Gavin cup and bracelet. It's little things like these that help keep Gavin's memory alive. I'm Britt Leone in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
And Tyler Malloy, the charger hit with that charge in the hit and run that killed Knupp, was due in court May 31st. Now that date did get postponed. A hearing is now scheduled in August, and a jury trial is scheduled for September 11th.
5 people were arrested in Ocean City, 3 of them under the age of 18. All are facing gun-related charges. Now, according to Ocean City Police, around 11:09 p.m. on Monday night, officers tried to stop a car driving without headlights near 17th Street and Baltimore Avenue. A high-speed chase began, and despite a tire being deflated from stop sticks, police say the vehicle got away. One of the passengers threw a bag over the Route 90 bridge. That was later found, and inside that bag, police say they found a handgun inside. Later that night, officers located the car outside a gas station in Berlin, where they arrested the driver, 19-year-old Ibrahim Canoe of Woodbridge, Virginia. He's also dealing with over 35 traffic citations related to the chase, in addition to the gun charges.
The Worcester Board of Education voted yesterday to enroll 9 schools in the county into the Community Eligibility Provision Program. That program provides free meals to all students who attend. Here's a list of schools that will be impacted: Pocomoke Elementary, Middle, and High Schools, Snow Hill Elementary, Middle, and High Schools, Cedar Chapel Special School, Buckingham Elementary School, and Berlin Intermediate School. The goal of the program is to make sure all kids in low-income areas have access to nutritious meals, all while removing any perceived stigma that might go along with any sort of application process. The vote to enroll 9 schools was unanimous by the board.
Support for the restaurant workforce. Delaware Restaurant Foundation has put together financial assistance for those in need. The money would help people hit by unexpected injuries, illnesses, or those impacted by natural disasters. The Delaware Restaurant Foundation initially created a fund, doled out grant money to workers during the pandemic. This new industry relief fund builds on that. The DRF has raised over $300,000 and has already helped hundreds of industry workers.
I'm Madeline Overturf. Here's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. An exciting graduation for the Food Bank of Delaware. The inaugural graduation of the Kitchen School at the Milford branch is happening Thursday. The Kitchen School program offers specialized training for employment opportunities in food and hospitality for adults with disabilities. The Maryland Department of Agriculture is encouraging farmers looking for markets for their hay and straw to provide their contact information for a new state hay and straw directory. The Secretary of Agriculture says it will be a valuable tool for farmers, and a current directory list is already available online. And in Chincoteague, the Pony Shuttle Service is looking for volunteers for the Pony Swim. Volunteers give out important information about the annual event and offer rides and history to the swim site, making the trip fun and informative. That's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. I'm Madeline Overturf.
Got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Still ahead this morning, parts of the East Coast still being hit with dangerous weather. How many homes and businesses have been destroyed so far? Also, Diaz Delight at last night's All-Star game. It was a good night if your last name happened to be Diaz.
And certain Dodge Ram trucks have been recalled due to a death. Find out if your vehicle could be affected. That's up next. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
Are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva.
We salute Cameron Morris. Cameron is a hard-working, polite, and positive young man. He attends Sussex Tech High School and is studying HVAC. At the age of 16, he has developed a passion for the fire company and enjoys riding along with Blade's local police department.
If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV Salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, join Preston's annual car show, featuring loads of family fun and discover unique finds at the 48th annual Lewis Craft Show. Plus, the inspiring story of community support. Coast Life today at 4 on Coast TV.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
The Buying Center. We're here to buy your car or truck. Get an offer in minutes and get paid the same day. It's fast, it's easy, and you can get paid the same day. Call the Buying Center now at 302-381-2674.
Coverage on the road, in your community, and along the coast. The WRDE IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night, from breaking news to weather in your town.
We are now just north of Dublin Hill, and as you can see, if you take a look here outside, the rain is starting.
The WRDE IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, coverage you can count on.
Jay Leno.
These French guys are smooth, aren't they? I do declare, Mr. Henry.
And Kevin Eubanks.
But I'll tell you what, Kev's going to give you $100, right, Kev?
Bring their own twist.
Get out of here, really?
No, you get out of here. To a TV classic.
Let's play You Bet Your Life.
If I come home broke, my wife gonna kill me.
It's all fun and games.
Weekdays at 11:30 on WRDE Coast TV.
Do you have one of these? Let us turn it into this. It's not magic. It's the Car Store's Buying Center. We make it easy and it's hassle-free. Call today or visit yourbuyingcenter.com.
It is exactly 5:42 on this Wednesday morning. Sun's up in a few minutes, and we're looking at our Dry Tech Cam from Ocean City. It looks cloudy, but it's mostly clear right now, and temperatures are comfortable. 72 Georgetown, 70 in Milton, Millsboro 72. Good morning to you in Lewis. You're at 71 as we're looking at mostly clear skies right now all across Delmarva. High pressure to the west will keep us nice and dry and pleasant for today. And there are those winds coming in out of the west. Washing your car, I think tomorrow and today are good days to do that and go ahead and add the wax. Friday, not so much because we've got showers and thunderstorms in the forecast.
If you own a 2003 Dodge Ram 1500, you're being advised don't drive it. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, a passenger in May died after an airbag inflator exploded. Neither group confirmed where the crash happened or identified the victim. The death brings the total number of confirmed fatalities caused by that airbag explosion in the U.S. to 26. Drivers are warned, stop driving them until faulty inflators are replaced.
Baseball's All-Star Game, it's been one of trends over the past few decades. Entering Tuesday night, the American League had won 9 straight. Prior to that, the National League had won 11 straight during a stretch in the 1970s and 80s. Well, the Mariners, they were the host club this week for all the All-Star festivities. Second inning, Yandy Diaz, during a TV conversation, goes high, deep, and gone. 1-0 American League. AL with a 1-run lead in the 8th. That's until Elias Diaz, with Nick Castellanos on base, does something about that. 2-run Jack City. It was a good night if your last name was Diaz, and a good night for the National League as they get the come-from-behind win. It's their first All-Star win since 2012. NFL brothers J.J. and T.J. Watt have snagged a coveted honor in sports history. They are being featured on the front of the Wheaties cereal box. They're the first brothers to ever to appear on the Wheaties box together. J.J. Watt is a 3-time AP Defensive Player of the Year. His 12-year career came to an end when he retired last season. His brother TJ is a linebacker with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're also the first pair of athletes since 1935 to grace the box at the same time.
In today's entertainment news, it includes scoop on a movie that just hit theaters and an update of a film that opened 70 years ago. So here's David Daniel with your Hollywood Minute.
Our lives are the sum of our choices.
And for every Mission Impossible movie, Tom Cruise and director Christopher McQuarrie choose to raise the bar on incredible stunts. For Dead Reckoning Part 1, that included a ride off a cliff into a base jump, a stunt McQuarrie called the most dangerous thing they'd ever attempted.
Well, in the case of the motorcycle jump, I was just staring at the crosshairs on the screen and I was waiting to see blue. Blue was the color of his parachute. And once I saw blue, I was just making sure that it was a square. Because if it wasn't a square, it meant there was a malfunction and there was no coming back from that. So you're just waiting to say, all you're really thinking is, when do I see the blue square?
Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 is now in theaters.
Invaders from Mars, capturing humans at will for their own sinister purposes.
Invaders from Mars had less advanced special effects. After all, it came out 70 years ago. Ignite Films is marking the anniversary with a 4K restoration of the 1953 sci-fi classic. It's available on 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and DVD now. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Still to come, parts of the East Coast battling severe weather. The damage that's been done so far.
Definitely sad for those folks in New England, but closer to home, here's our Royal Plus cam. A beautiful start to our day. We're looking at a lot of sunshine. It's going to be another hot day for Delmarva. The 90s continue, and we increase rain chances in the days ahead. I'll have an update after the break.
When you're at the beach, the priority is having fun with your family. And when you got a full house, let us handle the food and bring Bethany Blues to you. From our award-winning barbecue to specialty dishes and family-style options, we have something special for your group. Let Bethany Blues bring the good times home to you.
All right, ready for this?
Everyone is invited.
Fill your week with Wheel. It's Sweethearts Week, Veterans Week.
It's Teachers Week.
Fabulous Food Week.
Days packed with fun.
Yeah. Hawaii Week, Teen Week.
Margaritaville.
Restock the margarita bar. Maggie, it's Collage Week.
It's College Week.
It's going to be a big week for everybody.
Weeknights at 7 on WRDE.
This show is here. Everybody put your hands together. I gotta talk to you now.
I left work to come.
You left work? They gonna see you. He's with me today. We're lighting up daytime, baby.
And you're going to bless people every single day.
We're giving back, lifting each other up.
Something hits you in your heart.
We're doing it all. Yeah! Mama Hood, coming to the rescue.
Weekdays at 2 on WRDE. Experience the thrill of the race with Post Time with Heather Vitale, only on the Delmarva Sports Network. From the energetic sprints at Ocean Downs to the heart-racing action at Bally's Dover, all the way to the vibrant atmosphere of Harrington Raceway, we bring you the true pulse of harness racing. Sunday mornings at 8 and 11:30 on DSN, DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com, or on the DSN app. Post Time on Delmarva Sports Network.
It's 5:48 this morning. It's a live look there at Ocean City on our Gateway Subaru cam. That's what I was waiting for last half hour. It was gloomy, now it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous as the sun is rising right now.
Just needed the light to take away that gloominess. We got another 90-degree day. It seems like we say that every day. Despite being outside this morning, very comfortable out there. Did not feel that sticky, sweaty, whatever feeling you get we've had last week.
Yeah, that air you can wear feeling, that's just horrible. Yeah, with the oppressive humidity. We get a break for a couple days, guys, but it will be coming back with a vengeance as we go through time. Make sure you scan the QR code lower left part of your screen. That will get you to the WRDE weather app. Lots of great weather information. Here's some more information. We tacked on another 90-degree day to the tally. We have 13 already already this season, and the average for the year is 11. So we've already eclipsed that, and we've got a lot more to come as well. Temperatures are in the 60s and 70s to start our day. Del Mar 66, Seaford 68. 70 in Milton right now. Rehoboth, you're at 73, and the winds are light coming in out of the west, and we're looking at mostly clear skies right now, making for that beautiful sunrise. Widen out the view. Del Mar is in good shape. We have a lot of clear skies from New York all the way down into the Carolinas, and then high pressure keeping us nice and quiet back to the west as well. So we've got another nice day on the way. But in the corner of your screen, you can see some precipitation across the Midwest. I think that will get in here as we go into early Friday morning. Now here's Futurecast looking at the heat building very quickly today. 90s inland, 80s along the beaches, and by the peak heating, we're looking at 94 or thereabouts in Millsboro with around 80 in Dewey Beach. So we have that temperature differential, a little cooler along the beaches, and tonight will be mainly clear. We're moving into your Thursday with some clouds. It will be another hot day, and we crank up the humidity a little bit with middle 90s inland, and we've got a strong southerly wind starting to kick in as well as we go into Thursday night. And then we have a disturbance moving in that will give us showers and storms perhaps around 2 a.m., maybe heavy rain, vivid lightning, and then that moves offshore around 4:30. We get a break mid-morning, and then we go into the afternoon with the heating. We could see another round of isolated showers and storms, temperatures in the 80s to around 90 degrees as the winds are west today, and then they're going to shift to the south, and that's going to increase the humidity, increase the heat as well as the winds get gusty close to 30 miles per hour by Friday. So we have one last comfortable day, and then it gets muggy tomorrow, and then very humid to miserable as we head towards Friday and into the weekend. So that feels like temperature today in the low 90s, inland cooler along the beaches, feeling like mid-90s tomorrow, and low to mid-90s as we go into your Friday. Your Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 90s throughout, dry through Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday right around 90, but Friday the better chance of heavy rain as we go into that time period. Only isolated to scattered storms over the weekend. We get a break Monday. The heat continues, maybe more storms by Tuesday.
All right, thanks, Bob. Severe weather is still striking parts of the Northeast. Officials say thousands of homes and businesses have already been destroyed. Vermont remains under a state of emergency, and the downtown of its capital was closed after more than 5 inches of record-setting rain fell there on Monday. Vermont governor posted this image on social media Tuesday, saying he had to take a snowmobile trail to get to an open road because the streets around his house were impassable. Vermont is among the states experiencing what weather forecasters call a 1-in-1,000-year rain event.
After the break this morning, is the keto diet really good for you? The pros and the cons that you need to know about.
Performing out of space?
Yes, next July.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh, I can't change these plans.
We're stealing in the sun next summer. Heist of a lifetime.
The Olympics.
Come on, you in?
Roman Reigns will defend his title against anyone, anytime.
Except next July.
Calling all local businesses. This fall, it's time to shine at Draper Media's Shore Living Expo, a free event for visitors. Join us Saturday, September 30th at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center, presented by Spicer Brothers and Pohanka of Salisbury. Extend your reach, showcase your products, and build relationships that matter. The Shore Living Expo, where you can shine as we celebrate health, wealth, and home. Sign up to be a vendor today. Visit WBOCevents.com.
Delmarva's Classic Rock, Big 107.7.
Welcome to the Ride Home on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. First rule of the ride home, we definitely talk about the ride home. In fact, tell all your friends. Second rule of the ride home, we have fun. Top 10 Tuesday, Would You Rather Wednesday, and every day, you pick the songs on the High Five. And the third rule of the ride home, we don't take ourselves too seriously. You've got enough to stress about. So let me handle the ride home, weekdays from 3 to 7 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
All right, ready for this?
Everyone is invited.
Fill your week with Wheel. It's Sweethearts Week, Veterans Week.
It's Teachers Week.
Fabulous Food Week.
Days packed with fun.
Yeah. Hawaii Week, Teen Week.
Margaritaville.
Restock the margarita bar. Maggie, it's Collage Week.
It's College Week.
It's going to be a big week for everybody.
Weeknights at 7 on WRDE.
Keto diet's a plan that's high in fat, low in carbs. It's become a popular way to lose weight. In fact, the International Food Information Council reports that about 12.9 million Americans now follow the keto diet each year. I'm not one of them, Paige.
It's gotten really popular. I tried it. It does work.
Oh.
But, yeah, so what are the benefits and risks of the approach, though? I've heard there are some risks. Marty Salt shows us the pros and cons that you need to know about.
Thinking of going keto? The ketogenic or keto diet involves consuming 60% of daily calories from fat, 30% from protein, and 10% from carbs. The idea is your body doesn't have carbs, so it burns fat first.
It essentially mimics a fasting state.
Research suggests the keto diet has benefits. It can help with weight loss, make cancer cells more reactive to chemo and radiation, reduce seizures, improve acne, and reduce blood sugar levels in those with diabetes. One recent study also found the keto diet helps people with multiple sclerosis by improving neurologic disability and quality of life.
At the 6 months point on the diet is that patients were less depressed. They were significantly lower levels of fatigue.
But there may also be some downsides. A recent study found keto diets were linked to twice as many cardiovascular events, including heart attacks, strokes, and blockages in arteries. And people on keto diets had significantly higher levels of LDL, or bad cholesterol. Some evidence has also shown that long-term keto diets can lower levels of healthy gut bacteria in children. But experts say more research is needed to confirm these links.
I don't advocate that all patients go on these diets.
Helping you understand the good and bad when it comes to keto. I'm Marty Salt reporting.
It's 5:56 this morning. It's time now to check in with our coastal pet of the day, brought to you by Maggie's Pet Boutique.
Today's coastal pet of the day is Coco. Coco is this wonderful little dog who spends lots of time traveling and enjoying the beach. Coco also loves relaxing after a morning walk. Who doesn't, Paige?
Right.
That's what I like to be doing after a long walk in the morning. Her mom says she's very photogenic, and we saw there. Can't doubt that.
No, not at all. You know how some people or dogs look like their name?
Yes.
That dog looks like a Coco.
That's a good call.
Yeah,
Paige.
you know what I mean? Yeah. Send us more pictures of your pets and tell us what makes your pet so special. Take a look at your screen.
You can email us at content@WRDE.com. Then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all of the pets we feature. Also, check out our Facebook page every Sunday. That way you get a sneak peek at the pets for the upcoming week.
It's 5:57 now. It's time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out your door.
Let's talk 90-degree temperatures with Bob.
And we're going to be talking about a lot of 90s as we go down the road, guys, as we continue to warm things up. As we look at our day part forecast, we start in the 70s, mostly sunny skies, and then we're looking at 80s and then eventually 90s. We're still in the comfortable range as far as the humidity goes. Here's your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. I'm expecting high right around 93 today. Cooler at the beach is 94 Thursday, increasing clouds. Could see some heavier rain with storms on Friday. We'll watch that. 90 there. Also 90 Saturday, maybe a stray storm. The 90s continue Sunday into much of next week with hit-and-miss showers and storms.
All right, thanks, Bob. Coming up in our next hour, no-go for gas power ban. The restrictive policy in Rehoboth Beach on law equipment stalled for now.
Numbers are down for Rehoboth Beach businesses. What may have led to a slow start for the summertime season?